How are we, ladies and gentlemen, listeners? Welcome to the Leg Up Australia podcast.
Can he do it? The gloves are off. They go toe to toe, blow for blow. He's clear. His big heart pounding. Yes. There's history. To try to make it 3 in a row.
G'day punters and welcome to a big week of Group 1 racing, Group 1 podcasting here at the Leg Up. Sam Wood, Blake Johnston, Adam Campton. How are we, boys?
Good as gold.
Good to have you back, Campo.
It's good to be back. I've missed you.
Campo's walked in the Leg Up shorts, which none of us own, except for him and Blake.
No, there's a few blokes at touch going around in them.
Oh, yeah, we only
But not the
discovered
employees.
this. Yeah, we don't get them.
Yeah, no.
I told you I went to a kid's birthday party the other day and a guy goes, I played your touch team. I said,
I
do you?
didn't play too many games, so I can't really
Yeah,
say
why's
that.
Campo got shorts?
He played one game. I think it was like the first game of the season.
And
I
sacked.
think I scored like 4 tries or something.
Oh, that's it.
So I went around last night actually for
How'd
a
you go?
young team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got pumped.
For what team?
No good.
He said the worst team he's ever played in.
I hope
That's a big talk. We had the Swamp Bros in
I hope they're all
one team.
listening.
We can't-
This one was it was at least equal to that team.
Really?
Probably would have fought out the finish.
No, Brody and Nick.
Wasn't very good.
What's his name?
No.
Brody and Davo.
Oh.
We can't talk about them either. What do we got? 5 Group 1s this weekend?
4.
4.
3 in Sydney. 1
3 in
Melbourne
Sydney. I
on
thought it was
Friday
4 in
night.
Sydney.
Nah, just 3.
Well,
Epsom, Flight, Metropolitan.
Why even bother? 4 Group 1s.
Blake doesn't get out of bed.
I'll
for
have the day
anything less
off
than
then.
5.
I'll have the day off.
Yeah.
Do you get
shit.
excited?
Group
tipping
1 Collingwood.
Group 1 races?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
A little bit. Do you still buy best bets?
Nah, I got a subscription.
Okay, that's a win.
Yeah. Doesn't have to buy it.
Just look at the sports bet app.
Yeah, true. But punters, we do have a lot to talk about today. Of course, we'll cover the 4 Group 1s. I think there might be a new heir to the throne that we'll get to a little bit later. We might even start.
You actually, before you walked down from the office too, Nick said the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Rare.
No, you usually have 2 by this time of the morning. He said, and please tell me if I've misquoting you, because surely I have to be, but Militarized could be a better horse than Anamoe.
Yeah, I think so. He's already won more Group 1s than what Anamoe had won at this stage, including a Golden Rose, which Anamoe didn't win. And now he's the Caulfield Guineas favourite, which Anamoe won as well. So if he could be 4 from 5 Group 1s.
I will say, I'll come in and back up Nick, but at this stage of their careers, Militarized definitely has a better CV.
Yeah. And like if Militarized can win the Guineas and then win the Cox Plate, he'd go one better than Anamoe in that race as a 3-year-old. He's got to prove it to be a better horse, but at this stage, he's
Potentially.
trending the right way.
Yeah, he's definitely trending
It's a
in
big
the right.
win. It was a big win.
He's got a lot. He's got a lot of ground to make up, but
He's got
at
18
this stage,
months to do it.
At this stage of his career, he's definitely got a better CV. He's won one more Group 1.
You reckon any other rider in the world would have got him home?
Joe's pretty good.
How good is Joe going?
How
in-
good?
in
Yeah.
Sydney? Like,
Did you watch Sky on Sunday?
Yep.
Joe was on that show.
Yep.
How good was it?
What
Yeah.
did he? What show?
Racing
like
retro thing.
Racing. It used to be called Racing Retro, but it's
Yeah,
not
what's it?
called that anymore. It's
is that this week, next week?
this. Oh, I don't know.
The one with Corey
What,
Brown
before
and
or
Rachel
after?
Ross? Yeah.
After.
After the races.
Yeah,
After
after
the
the
race.
race.
So Joe came on the show after that.
Yeah, and Corey. It's
like the Sunday.
Sunday morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It used to
got
be
it.
called Racing Retro, but it's pretty boring show, like in general.
Yeah, pot him.
But
But yeah,
Joe was on it, and like his insights were like he was great.
he's phenomenal.
I'd say
And Brown
probably
was-
when he was in Hong Kong, he was a bit hard with the media.
Was
Like
he?
he always gave them the time. You look at him in Australia, it's like I don't know, I think he enjoys it. Like, I think probably a bit about Corey's very easy to talk with. Duff's very good at what he does. I think he sort of half enjoys going on those shows now. He seems a lot more relaxed as a person too. I think he's just enjoying life. Like, you can just always ride. He's just got he's got some confidence.
Yeah, he was good. He was great, and he was like, I'm in Australia next few weeks. I don't know where I go. Wherever Chris sends me.
And he goes back to Japan, Brazil.
Yeah, Japan,
Argentina?
Brazil, Argentina.
You know which jockey doesn't like the Australian media? Ryan Moore.
No comment.
No comment.
Yeah, what a
What a-
dickhead.
Yeah.
Like,
But to be
Really?
fair-
Were you that upset about this?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Why not? Like, you're walking back, just go, oh, yeah, he went, okay.
I think it was about him standing in line and having to. I get it. Can't they just like? Do we need to see it? Can't it just be
support the sport that supports you?
Yep. Is this not part of though? Like,
Maybe he might have known the horse was. Did the horse pull up sore?
He pulled up lame.
but it was
Lame.
he had 3 rides and there was no comment on all 3 of them.
Oh, no comment on all
on
three.
any of
Oh,
them. He
really?
dodged the like the microphone every time. So you come here, you're riding in Australia's races, you're winning Australia's prize money because it's
you come here?
well, it's shit prize money in the UK where he rides. So you come over to ride in our big races, and you can't.
I actually don't
you
know
can't
if he'd
give
get any of that prize money because he'd be on a retainer from Coolmore.
Maybe a retainer.
So,
Oh, but the other rides he was
wonder
on
he's
that,
pissed.
that weren't
His
Coolmore.
prize money wouldn't really matter, I don't think.
No, they're not a Saturday.
But I do agree. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's poor form. I don't care
Yeah.
what anyone says. Like, come over here and compete in our races. Like, give us literally 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, oh, he wasn't suited by the pace, like the way he hit the line. Bang. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, don't just
And
say
is
no
that
comment.
like I honestly think that's one of there's that transcript where you can go back and you can get every
Yeah.
post race comment from the jockeys. I think like I love going.
So
back
was
to
Ryan
that.
Moore in the transcript?
Yeah, it's just Ryan Moore, no
No
comment.
comment, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought he only did it on Shinzo.
No, so it was his other
Yeah,
rides
that's
as well.
true. But I also thought like if they know there's going to be a transcript out of it, maybe just wander into the jockey room and say, "Hey, thoughts on Shinzo?"
Yeah,
So,
Might not like
but
the
I think it's a great almost not necessarily form reference, but when you're going and doing the form 2 weeks later, you can go back and go, oh, this horse got beaten in the Golden Rose. I'll go back and see what the jockey said, and then it's got
Yeah.
the $4 favourite, no comment. It's like, well,
Yeah.
how do you cop
and
that going
not
forward?
all his rides were for Coolmore, were they?
No,
Were they?
no.
So the argument could be that he wants to go back and talk to connections because he's employed by Coolmore before he talks to the media.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. It might have been the case on Shinzo, but it wasn't the case on his other rides. Like,
Yeah.
give us a comment. So I'd be
Fine him.
like, let's boo him onto the track on Everest Day. Like,
Is that's my one
you, Ryan.
job at Redwick on Everest Day is to
Definitely.
boo Ryan Moore when he walks
Are they
past.
saying-
Said Ryan Moore a couple of times. I don't think he'd give a shit if anyone
Wouldn't
I
he?
don't care.
He'd probably just do more no comments.
Yeah, he's like I don't care. You're booming. Why would I give you comments?
You know, when I first met him, I was half intimidated by him because he is a bit like that. It was the Jockeys Challenge in Hong Kong.
Did you go like, take a dive?
And he was actually incredible with his time.
Was he?
I think it's just the meat. I don't know. Just might not get along.
Well, maybe it might be the opposite of Joe. Maybe Joe loves the Australian media and could be looking
Yeah.
for a future here. And, you know, so he's putting his best foot forward in comparison to what you saw in Hong Kong. And maybe Ryan Moore's like, well, I'm here on retainer. I couldn't really give a shit. So, what is it? Clock in,
Get me
clock
back to
out.
the beautiful weather in the UK.
Yeah, where does he live? Is he Irish?
He lives in. I think he's got a house in Newmarket.
Yeah, right.
I'm pretty sure that he is Irish, but
Yeah.
No, he's Pommy.
Pommy is.
Yeah, he's Pommy.
Aidan O'Brien's Irish.
The Pommies love being confused with the Irish. Like,
Yeah.
they both love
That's
that.
That'll
good
really
stuff,
piss
yeah.
him off.
Calling Canadians Americans, that kind
Yeah.
of stuff.
Let's
Yeah.
just not approve his visa next time. Like, just
Nah,
not let
we'll
him
get
in.
We'll get him here so we can
Get him in and boo him.
What was our thing? We bin or
Bin.
Buy it
Bin.
Buy it
or
or push it. We're
Bushed him.
bushing.
He's bushed him.
We're bushing Ryan Moore.
Back to bushing.
Yeah, yeah.
We're backing Joe because Joe's a bloody legend.
So
Brian,
Joe, we cheer Joe, we boo Ryan.
Joe's a superstar.
He is.
He's
Joe.
an absolute superstar. Like
I want to
that-
see Joe. I think I put a message into my group chat after he rode Militarize and Vienna Princess on the weekend and got them both home. I said, I want Joe to move his family over here, buy a nice house at Bondi, and ride.
Get him on the Gold Coast.
Ride for the rest of his days at Randwick.
Why don't we
'cause
get him on the show?
just a fill up.
We better get him on the
do
show.
Could we do like a Skype session?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can plug it in there.
If
Get him
Joe
on the
wants
show
to
next
come
week.
on the show, we can pay for his flights up here and he can sleep on the lounge.
I'll put the swag. I'll put the swag
Oh,
out in the
thank you, Mr.
garage.
Blake.
You're so generous.
And then we'll
turn the aircon
He
off.
would be one of the richest jockeys in the world, wouldn't he?
We'll fly him
Because he
back.
flies. He's an assassin. He flies in, he gets the kill, he flies out.
He does. He's
Like Qantas or Rex?
Rex.
What's the new one?
Jetstar.
The purple one? Bonza? This is
Bonza.
Gold
Yeah.
Coast have got Bonza now, don't they?
Delayed 7 hours.
Yeah, delayed 2 days.
And another thing that I like about Joe is like his first day in Australia, we got that message into the group text, and Mug was like, "Oh, just lay everything that Joe's on."
He's a little bit like Pikey. I feel like he rides them really long. Like you see him, like any photo finish or anything, like it looks like Joe's like laying down on top of the horse. Like
I love
he's that
seeing
far
Craig
forward
Williams in
on
a
it.
finish. Joe's like that. He
Yeah.
just somehow gets that inch that's needed.
Gets it right.
Yeah.
Gets it right.
Joe was on one of ours yesterday, right?
He did.
Yeah.
He landed
Snowman.
outside the leader.
Snowman.
That's not Chris Waller's. He actually led on it. That's not
Yeah.
Chris's go either.
No.
But
he
I just
wouldn't
feel
say
like-
anything to Joe, I don't reckon.
I don't know, like as a punter, you watched that race, Snowman, yesterday. Went 2 from 2 in members yesterday. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Join, guys, join.
Thanks, Camper.
Thanks, mate.
And I just feel like, how often do you see those run down? Like, and I don't know, like you see them run down more here than you do overseas. When you're watching Shartin or something like that, you can see the leaders. You see them swoop a lot, but sometimes they can really hold on to the lead. And when
That's
I
'cause they
realised
go
that Joe was
slower
on there,
overseas.
when I kind of realised Joe was on there, I'm like, he'll know what to do. Make sure nothing comes past. That thing came up kind of 300 or 400 out as well and got away from it. He's, I think he's a gun.
Yeah,
He's always been a gun.
I don't think
always
he's
been
put
a
in a bad ride since he's been over here for this stint, because he kicked off, was it Warwick Farm or Canterbury last Wednesday, and I think he had 4 rides, rode 2 winners, and they both bolted in, and then
I was up at Toowoomba. I watched the last. He rode another winner, Princess. Something.
yeah, Vienna Princess, yeah, gave it a
I
peach,
seen him just weaving through on it.
popped
yeah.
off the fence and never
I
got.
was like, it's
looks
just him. That's what he does.
He understands Australian racing.
Yeah,
Like, for some reason. Like, Frankie Dettori?
doesn't get it.
No.
New South Wales
I'm
don't
not
get
sure
Origin.
why.
Frankie Dettori
He's a
doesn't
great
get
rider, but
Australian
he just
racing.
can't ride a winner over here.
Maybe
Put that in
Frankie
print.
Yeah, get a
Mike's
t-shirt,
going
mate.
out or something here.
Yeah.
Frankie's coming back from the Melbourne Cup. It would be great to see Frankie win a Melbourne Cup. Like, because he's tried for 20 years.
Yeah, yes. I think it's
Yeah.
the one race he wants to win.
And he's run second.
Yep.
He's definitely run second. I think he ran second on
Max Dynamite.
Max Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
He finished hard. That was behind Maccabi Diva, was it?
No,
Was that Maccabi?
Prince
Later,
of
a bit later.
Penzance.
Prince of Penzance.
But
Oh, yeah, Prince
he
of-
rode.
What about Central Park?
Yeah,
Did he
Godolphin
run
horse.
Second?
Did that run second to like?
Just shocking.
No, that was Crime Scene.
Crime
And then he
scene.
rode
But I
that
don't
was
think
the
he was
horse that
on
he
that.
nearly brought them all down. It was
That was Max
horrific.
Dyn-
Was
or-
that Max Dynamite? Was it?
There was Max Dynamite, and then also Master of Reality when Vow and
Oh, yeah.
Declare won it, because he got relegated from 2nd to 4th, I think, that year.
Oh, yeah, so he's run second a few times. I
Yeah,
reckon.
he's been close.
So,
It's proper
I wonder
eluded
who
him.
he's going to ride this year.
Absurd for is that Willie Mullins or is that John and Thady Gosden?
I don't know.
It's
all
the horse.
over.
It's a horse that won the E-Ball.
It's all over. Crown Francesco Garni the winner already.
That is a hill you're not
I
prepared
tell
to
you
die
now,
on.
you know, I've been putting every member's bet into Collingwood under 39. I've been throwing Francesco Gardi on the end.
Yeah, well, that's good.
If Collingwood win the grand final, even Broncos are in there as well. In a lot of every bet I've been having, I've been putting Collingwood in there and Francesco
Bronx.
Gardi.
Go the Bronx.
Go the Bronx.
If
Do you
Collingwood
think
win on the
Bronx can
weekend-
win the grand final?
I do.
I think so too.
I hope they don't play structured football.
Well,
That's what I said to Blake
exactly
yesterday.
What I would say.
Yeah.
Like, if they play that power game with Penrith, they can't beat them.
I
I
hope
don't
Payne
reckon.
Haas goes 100 mile an hour and shows those Penrith forwards what he's made of.
If
I
Broncos
don't
win,
think he
Payne
can.
Haas will win
Like,
there.
Because
I think Paddy can.
I reckon he's. You know what? First, like, I'm very harsh judge of the Broncos. I used to not like Paddy Carrigan. I don't know what it was.
How could you not?
And now, like last few years, he's a freak.
He's a dreamboat.
Yeah, he's,
Oh, and playing ability's great too.
Yeah.
he's similar rig to myself.
Yeah.
And Reece Walsh out the back, Blake. Just,
Walsh is great.
I think
But-
what Broncos have more so than Penrith is that X factor with Reece Walsh, even like
The
Stags or
unpredictability of the Broncos
Ricky.
and the fact that I think they've got the forwards that can match Penrith, no worries.
Yeah.
And they've got that unpredictability, that ball movement.
I
that-
can't wait to watch the battle of the halves. Like, they're
Yeah.
If,
freaks.
I think the best thing Broncos could do is score first. I think if they can kind of keep it in a bit of a tight tussle, otherwise Penrith get on top of them and they exploit those errors because
Yep.
the Broncos.
I think
are known
whichever
to
team
behave.
scores the most points will win. How's that for a statement?
Oh, I didn't know we got Sonny Bill on the show. That's a Sonny Bill statement after a 9.
Sonny
Mi-
Bill
Michael
wasn't
Owen.
happy with the Australians the other day.
No, he wasn't.
Deservedly so.
I think
Just cut all this
I think
out,
The,
or what?
the Panthers have got
this
too
is
much
a TLU
punch.
sport
So
podcast.
remember, we were on a tight schedule today. So
Yeah.
Racing or football show?
yeah,
Well,
we'll do that after.
Before we get to before we get to the grand final on Saturday and Sunday, we've got Group 1 racing on Friday night, and there's a horse that's been not controversial, but Imperatriz. She's a hot favourite to win the Moya, rightly so, but she doesn't have an Everest slot. Connections have said all the way through, no, we're not going to an Everest. Blake said all the way through that they'll be in the Everest. So are they mad that they haven't taken a slot, or if she comes out and blows them away, will they be in the Everest?
It's a $20 million race. They have to put her in there. They're already knocking on the door. If she wins the Moya on Friday night, those knocks will be deafening that they can't ignore. She has to be there. She has to be there. It's getting a bit ridiculous.
Going down every day.
Yeah,
It's a good little race, eh? I'm just looking at it now.
Yeah.
The chances of her competing are going down. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're looking for a 70-30 deal or an 80-20 deal or something like that.
The talk is that they can stay in Melbourne. They can win 3 Group 1s. She's a mare. Her broodmare value goes through the roof. She gets those. She can be a 5-time Group 1 winner.
What about if Uncommon James beats her?
What about a $20 million? What is it? $7 million to the winner? Or
$7 million to the winner, but then you.
Is she beatable, or she was awesome first
I don't
time?
know. I haven't looked, but
I
she
don't
was
think
awesome.
She was awesome.
I don't think she's
She was
beatable.
awesome.
She was awesome. Yeah, it's hard to really go past that.
They think they say that she's not the same mare in Sydney, but we haven't seen that yet. We've only seen her once in Sydney,
and
and
she got
was
nailed.
nailed on the line by Artorias, and she'd only just travelled out here as well. So
Rothfire could be a bet in that race if you wanted to.
She put Peter Rothfire last time.
I agree, but it's
I
a.
want to back something to run second.
Has Imperatriz won at the Valley?
2 from
Yeah.
2.
Run-
She's
run
won
it.
a Group 1 there, and she won. She's only had 2 starts
was
there, and
first
she
up. That
blew
was
them
the
away
race,
both
wasn't it?
times. Her only chink
That
is
was the Willow race.
yeah. That's where Gigi Kick went bust. Her only chink, I think, is staying at the 1,000. I think maybe second up she could be wanting 1,200, but there's so much pace in the race. She's just going to get that perfect run, and the way that she sort of comes around the camber at the Valley and changes legs, her turn of foot's electric.
Bloody Kiwis love the money too, so
Yeah.
you'd think that.
Well, you think Opie, he's already over here. Just stick around for another week, ride the Everest.
So the Menacado,
Stay
how
on.
long before the Everest is that?
Well, the Moya's 2 weeks. It's Moya 2 weeks, Everest 2 weeks, Menacado.
Oh, so it fits in beautifully.
Yeah, but whether or not they want to be 5th up into the champion sprint on
Yeah.
the
What's
end of the
she now?
carnival.
Is she 3 weeks or 4 weeks between runs?
This will be 3
3 weeks or
weeks
so, yeah.
between runs. So she'll be 1,000, and then it'll be
1,200 in the
a
Everest.
month to
No,
12.
Group 1's easy too. It depends how she pulls up. She got another gut buster second up.
That's right.
Yeah, I think they've got to.
Is she a genuine winning chance in the Everest if she's there?
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, especially now we've got no Gigi Kick,
Definitely.
we've got no Sunshine in Paris, who would have won.
Of course, yep.
Had to get
But,
that in
yeah,
there.
the two people that you would have thought that could potentially give them what they wanted in regards to the deal was the ATC and the Tab and Entain. Entain have gone with I Wish I Win, but yeah, their slots are gone. So
Yeah, I guess
down.
the studs are probably the other. So you've got Yulong and Coolmore. So
well, both could do a deal with their stallions.
yeah, exactly. It's
So-
we give you 60%
They could
and
give them 100, like they could give them 90
a free
and
service
say
to
like you've got to go to one of our stallions for the first 5
not
years.
even you.
But I don't think that. I think they're probably going to sell her post.
Yeah.
So that might put pay to that.
And they don't want to be in the Yulong colours because those Yulong silks go kaput. When
Yeah,
f-
you got to subtract 2 lengths.
yeah.
For the Yulong Silks.
It's because it's green.
That's only one of the 4 slots left, isn't it? Yulong's. I actually saw it
Yulong-
on Sporting News
Yeah.
this morning. Yulong. Waller's taken. Did Waller go Espiona?
No, Waller's not
No,
taken.
not yet. There's talks. There's whispers that it won't be Espiona, but
Whisper.
No Espiona.
no Espiona. Do we put too much media beat up around the Everest now? Like it's in the news. It's dominated the spring in terms of the races and the attention and whatnot. Have we put too much sort of meat behind all these slots and the drums are beating? There's whispers that this horse will get a slot. Like, do we just need to take a step back and let the slots play out and we get the final field a week before the race? And
No,
does
definitely
this
not.
build to the excitement of the race?
Yeah, you're always going to have that talk around a race like that, I guess.
This is the whole point of this race.
Racing
We're
is
talking
all
about
about-
it months out, and
Yeah.
there's nothing else that
3
kind
months out, you're talking about.
Of, yeah,
it
there's
after-
nothing else that kind of has it,
Yeah, you
that
probably-
much
you
hype
probably
around
could get
it.
carried away by locking in a horse too early.
Yeah. Gigi Kick was the last horse locked in last year, so like
Yeah, but Antane had done a good job with I Wish I Win as well. I think he was probably like the first horse outside of like Marzu and stuff, like locked in basically.
Yeah.
And it's given Moody
good, yeah.
like his chance to like preparing for the race and not.
Yeah, I was
have
going to say, the earlier
win
they lock him
first
in.
up or anything like
Is
that.
I Wish I Win first up in the.
No, he ran first up in the.
He's 6 weeks between
And then
runs.
he's going to come back and
back
run
in
the-
trips to 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
not about it.
No, I think absolutely. I think the excitement around what horses are going to take, what slots holders are thinking. I think that's the whole point of this race is the lead up and what horses can be in contention. And I suppose would trainers that haven't had any conversations, suppose one for you, Campo, like if they've got a horse that they think could be an Everest, could get an Everest slot, are they kind of starting that prep knowing that it might get a slot, or is it kind of if you don't have that kind of early confirmation or whispers
races
around?
Around at this time of year for horses that not sprinters, so
Yeah.
probably they're already there, ready to go. Like
Wayne Hawkes is a good one on their show on SEN because he's got Remark who could get a slot, but he said all the way through, you know, we're running in the Premier on Saturday and then we're running in Sydney on Everest Day, whether that's in the Everest or in the Sydney Stakes. So
Yeah.
I guess you've got to prepare your horse. If your connections want a slot,
Yeah.
you've got to be preparing the horse that you're going to get a slot and hoping that you can win one of those big lead ups on the way.
That's what I
through.
would assume.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
you can't
but
go.
That being said, like if I Wish I Win didn't have a slot, Moody would have had him wound right up to win the Memsey.
Yeah,
first
for
up.
sure.
So he could just go out and like he peaked on his effort there, and
Yeah.
if he didn't have a slot, he wouldn't have been peaking on his effort.
If he didn't have a slot, would he have been first up in that race and doing the same thing, or would he have been in Sydney for the shorts and
Not
the
sure.
Premier? And
Not sure, but yeah, like whatever. If you want a slot, you're going to have to showcase your ability.
yeah, I agree. Campo, much happening in your stable this week?
yeah,
Quiet.
a few runners.
Few runners. How's
Would you
Deeple?
have-
He's good. He's back in the stable on Monday. He's had 3 weeks pre-training, 4 weeks off. Had a good week last week. Got
Yeah,
some
great
nice-
week last week.
Yeah, it's good. Could have been better, but that's always the way. Got a nice horse going around on Monday. Should have won on Sunday. Backing up saddles. He should go good. Euphrates Dream backs up on the poly on Saturday. If she produces what she does at track work, she should win. And Lord Markley, old war horse, he goes around
Lordy.
on Saturday. And actually, Lime Soda, a horse that you'd probably know a bit about.
Yeah, is that Curry's?
Yeah, it was with them. It's now first up with us. It's probably going to go around tomorrow night at Sunny Coast. She's a really nice horse.
Did she beat Uncommon James when he was on debut?
She did.
It was the only race he lost.
Yeah.
In
She's
his
a nice
first
horse.
six.
Wow, wait.
She goes pretty good. Her work's been good. So she's obviously had a bit of time off and that, and I've got a nice 3-year-old. I was going up there too. Better be brief, but he's just he's a bit of a work in progress, the big unit.
Is Saddles the horse that won at Grafton first up?
Yep.
And should have won last week.
That was a good win.
Yeah, it was a good win. He's a nice horse.
Came second last week, didn't it?
I didn't see
Seventh.
that.
Nah, it got held up.
Yeah.
I did it.
Flash late. It was a big run. Go to Bow Desert Monday, get his riding up a bit, and then a couple of weeks' time, backed up to the mile. And he's a nice horse. He's going well.
Black Book.
There you go. Fill your black book there,
Or even
punters.
Friday night, because you get a bit excited for grand final weekend. Sunshine Coast is on.
Vodka lime sodas.
Yeah,
Lloydie's got
a
it
few
right.
vodka lime and sodas in your gut. You think, geez, I'll back Campo's here. Straight into
Lime soda.
Imperatrice and
Oh, yeah, wow.
straight into Collingwood 1-39 and straight into Broncos. What's
Collingwood,
the line? Plus 2.5.
Collingwood won't win.
They won't.
Oh, do you even know what a
Did you
grand
go for
final is?
Collingwood?
Yeah.
I'm not a big AFL one, but everyone says they just go against Collingwood. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah, Collingwood's a team everyone hates.
The Penrith of
it's
the
the
rugby
team
league.
that
Be the Manly of
he's
the
sort of
NRL.
since they've started
Oh, they're
going
mainly
good.
event. Yeah, go the line.
Since
Yeah.
since the Pies have started going good, he's sort of pipes
Bandwagoner.
up. He pipes up.
I'm the same. I just bought myself a Broncos.
It'd be
jersey.
great. He knew his joke before he was saying it, and he was
He's
like,
laughing at
he was
himself.
really
Yeah.
so funny. It was hard
That's
to
why
get
he's got
out.
the black and white shirt on.
Yeah.
That's
They're
why I
black
always
and
went,
white,
look at Ernie. He's got the Collingwood gear on today.
That time you changed the Bulldogs collar.
The
Lucky
bow's
he-
still on it. The bow's still on it.
Lucky-
We
the-
haven't bushed it.
The Iconic do like next day deliveries, so he's
Really?
ordered it on like Sunday.
Got the-
Bangs.
I don't think you get a I don't think. this is how much you know about football in general. I'm almost certain you can't get footy jerseys on the Iconic.
I think you can.
Yeah.
I think you can. Lloydie's got a runner on Friday. The
Yeah.
Sunshine
Yeah.
Coast.
The champion?
Sir Markle.
No.
Sir
Sir Carter.
He's done his one joke for the fucking week, and it's completely thrown
Put him
him
off.
out.
Lord
Lord
Markle.
Carter.
brother. I put them together. Lord Markle's brother.
Yeah. Sir Carter.
Sir
At the
Carter.
Sunshine Coast.
On Friday
You guys
night.
right, that horse?
Now we're going to have a few bets on Friday night.
Tough race. It's a $100,000 class 1.
Oh, you're in that, are you?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
There's
We're in
a
that.
good horse in that too. Other than
What
Sir
barrier?
Carter.
Just a pleasant barrier 17
Yeah,
to
that's
contend
nice.
with, which is pretty standard for the stable.
Yeah.
Poor old Pete and Will Holbert, they don't get much luck.
Oh
with
yeah,
the
Pete
barriers.
really likes. Will really likes his barriers.
He loves his barriers, and Kipling's journey I think drew 18 on Saturday too, so he's been double fisted. But yeah, look, he's going good, Sir Carter. I don't know what race it is, race 7 or 8 at the Sunshine Coast. He consistent little bugger. He'll go forward. He'll be in the race for a long way. Hopefully he can hold
Hey,
on.
they're actually. Do you reckon Tribeca Star could be the last Everest?
No,
last Aussie
Kimberly
horse?
Secret's got it yesterday.
That's silly. So silly.
So silly.
Now, why would you take like?
Where did that come from?
Well, it's in Tribeca Star's in
Against
Sir
Sir Carter.
Carter's race.
So where's it going?
Matthew Dunn.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
trial
is it the thing
super.
that-
It's got plenty of ability.
Is it the thing that bolted in last start?
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And then it's
It
gone for
did
a
win
spell.
real good.
At the end of last prep.
Yeah.
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 In the
Is it first up?
First up in that race. Yeah.
That'd be a hot race.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
Is
think
that-
Action King.
Is it going there?
No, maybe Borelli's going there, and Action King's running Saturday.
What I was saying
Sweetest.
is, like, why would you like when you're the last slot holder? Why would you lock something in?
Wait.
Wait,
Patience.
patient.
Not much
Something
time
could
left.
be hot
Yeah,
this
but-
weekend
Yeah.
or next weekend, and on the quick backup.
But you don't have to worry about anybody else locking in
Yeah.
Kimberly's secret.
That's right.
Wait, hold on. What are we talking about? Everest.
Kosciuszko.
Did that Derry,
Cozzy
the horse
slots,
that's been
that's
it's got a
Do you
slot?
know who has? Do you know who it was? Do you know who has the slot?
Graham?
Graham.
Yep.
Do you remember? Do you know who he
Yeah,
is?
he's messaged me the other day actually.
He used to be.
So who's this? Oh, hold on. What are you talking
bouncer.
about? The last
correct.
slot for the Cozzy.
Yep.
Yeah, used to be a bouncer at our pub.
Really?
Yeah, we know him.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haven't you got one he can just fucking...
I don't train in New South
He's
Wales.
a-
He doesn't trade across the border.
Yeah, we set up the satellites table in Lismore.
Remember?
You want to buy it?
Lismore. Lismore.
The leg up lodge.
Leg up, lot. Beautiful.
You
I
could
like
just
that.
have one box there.
Don't know if that'd work, but speak to Valene.
Well, especially seeing as we put it on this podcast. Probably should have done it secretly.
Yeah.
We tried to buy a horse yesterday, punters, as well.
We did.
Try
Watch
to find
this
one
space.
for you.
Yeah.
It went a bit above our budget, but we're sticking to our budget. Next sale, we'll get one.
Kemper, what about this?
Kemper's
The horse was going to auction yesterday, and there's 5 of us, well, supposedly 5 of us meant to be looking at this price and making decisions on the go. He books in a fucking haircut at the same time and turns his phone off.
No, I told him, stick to the budget.
Yeah, but in that chat, if you're a part of it, we would have all said, okay, it's actually worth more than this.
Yeah.
We didn't go further because we didn't
Like,
Blake's.
is there, I don't, like, everyone's got a budget, but
Oh, everyone's got to get a haircut too, Kempo.
Yeah.
Like, let's.
I can tell you didn't miss you.
What'd you get? And they've gone real short up.
No, but it was our first go as well, so we don't want to get carried
Yeah,
away.
a bit.
Should have gone to 100.
Were you a bit nervous?
I was happy to go to 100.
Yeah.
No nerves.
What do you mean? He wasn't watching it. How
He
would he
couldn't
be
give a
nervous?
shit.
I was asleep.
Maybe don't start.
They have to
buying
put him.
you
They have to
in
put him under to do his hair.
Hold still.
How's Sonny go at the hairdressers?
He's pretty good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gets a lollipop.
Does he?
Yeah.
That's good.
I used to get balloons at the dentist, but we won't go into that. Lollipops at hairdressers, balloons at the dentist. 3 Group 1s. Blake, have you got a best of the Group 1s yet that you've had a look at that you can steer the punters into?
Democracy Manifest
Epsom.
in the Epsom.
Succulent Chinese meals all
Yeah, I
around,
hope
hey?
so. Yeah.
Gee whiz.
Yes,
In the Epsom,
just from
Yes.
left field.
Progressive.
15 to 1 or something, 14 to 1, I think, with
Yeah,
Davil.
I think you start shorter than that.
Yep.
Good field.
It's a pretty ordinary Epsom.
It's better. I reckon it's better than last year because last year there was only 10 in
pretty
it.
light.
10
Last
in the
year,
Epsom.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was a shit
No,
ass
I
Group
think it's
1
pretty
field last
ordinary
year.
field.
Yeah.
Like in my
It's a
opinion.
very open race.
I think
very,
there's
very
like
Jeez,
open
it
4
is,
chances. My boy Kovalika might just give him a
Kovalika.
win.
Joe.
Joe. Joao.
Is Joe and Kovalika? Oh, that's a bit exciting.
That's very
It was
exciting.
good first up. Waller's other thing, that is it Redner?
Democracy
Redina.
manifest.
Yeah, that was good.
Redina.
Yeah.
We'll be cheering that one home.
It'll get.
Yep.
It'll probably lead too.
Yep. That
Yeah.
might do us, hey, punters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
beauty.
do us.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Good luck on the weekend. Hopefully your team wins the GF and you're back a few winners, hey?
Yep. Hopefully you go home with heavy pockets,
Yeah.
full coins.
Full
Go
of
Pies.
coins
Go
and
Pies.
notes.
Go the Bronx.
All right, beauty.
See you,
Cheers,
punters.
punters.